Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Zehra Naqvi, and I'm the Senior Research Associate at South Asia Research Institute for Minorities and a minority and women rights advocate. At SARIM, we work to support and amplify the voices for the marginalized communities across South Asia. Today, we are discussing an important and timely topic, episode 1 of Who Speak for Dalit Women, a conversation with Dr. Debjani Sahu on Beyond Dalit Women. As you all know, Dalit women faces multiple layers of discrimination because of the caste, gender, and social inequalities. Yet their voices are often unheard. So this conversation is all about listening, understanding, and sensing their experiences. Today we will be reviewing the book of Beyond Dalit Women, a powerful and thought-provoking masterpiece by Dr. Debjani Sahu. This book goes beyond the surface level discussions and brings forward towards the real stories, struggles, and strength of Dalit women. So I am honored to welcome Mr. Debjani Sahu, editor of Beyond Dalit Women and program coordinator at National Campaign on Dalit Human Rights and NCDHR. And thank you, Dr. Sahu, for joining us. And how are you?
Thank you, Zehra, for the lovely introduction and the work that you are doing. And I'm all good and very much happy to and feeling really glad to be part of this conversation so that I can also explain the journey of this book and how timely it is and why it is in the need of the hour.
Yes, of course, surely. So, by starting, could you please begin by sharing a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to write Beyond Dalit Women, and why was it important for you to center Dalit women voices?
For sure. So, I would like to start the journey from the very beginning, from my roots, from where it started. So, my hometown, my parental roots are from West Bengal, Kolkata. So, my mother's side is she was a refugee. Like my grandmother was a refugee from Bangladesh, and my father was a migrant, was from Calcutta. But they themselves left the hometown at the age of very tender age of 12 or 13. So they had to migrate to in Delhi for the better livelihood. So it was at such a tender age that they moved as a migrant. So they never had the understanding of what it is being a Dalit, the Dalit identity itself, and why this vicious circle of migration and poverty it's interlinked. So that is how the journey started, and then gradually they started their livelihood here, and we were born. I was born and raised in metropolitan Delhi, the capital of India, and in a urban setup that we live, we hardly have the space and public space where we can discuss about caste and identity. So which is a very very sad truth and harsh truth that in a rural setup still people are a little bit aware, but with I think with the more engagement of the CSOs and NGOs activities, but in urban spaces, in urban setups, we hardly have any kind of discussion, and neither our educational system encourages any kind of the discussion on caste and identity. So I was not much aware about my own Dalit identity for very long. And but the thing is, when I was pursuing my education in the class, when I was in class 9th or 10th, I read a chapter on about Reuters, where the major objective of Reuters was to be the voice of the voiceless. So that line stayed with me, and I wanted to pursue my further career in journalism or something related to that. So my graduation is in journalism honors from Delhi University. And when I wanted to enter the industry for like a first generation Dalit woman, it was not that easy. My first interaction with someone in electronic media only, the question I was asked, like, okay, we are working on a sting operation. Would you like to come into it? And then I understood it was not only limited to sting operation, but it demanded much more than that, and asked me to compromise. So at that very moment, I realized the journey, what it will be. So I somewhere backed out. And when I wanted to further pursue my career in journalism only, the private institutes which could have given me a better prospect obviously was beyond my reach. So then I continued pursuing my master's in journalism only, but that was online. And then further, I continued with my first call center job, that is a BPO sector booming in India. So see, different layers and intersectionality is there. Even if we want to pursue our career, we have to take a backseat, and we are not aware that it is all because of this caste identity and the intersectionality. So then I continued with that, and I further got married and all. But along that journey, I got a job in a publication house, which used to deal primarily with the in-house journals of various high commissions. And there, I realized what we know about Africa or something like that. It is very like what we read in media is not the complete picture, mainstream media, and that's how I developed my interest, and I further continued my academic journey from Jawaharlal Nehru University. So my PhD is from the institute, and my subject was Indian diaspora and the role of Indian media, like how it helps in constructing the media. So identity was a variable in which I have focused on, and that's how gradually got interested in it. And at the present organization where I'm working, which is National Campaign for Dalit Human Rights, to be honest, this is the organization which helped me to understand my own Dalit identity. So what I am today, it is my understanding about the identity, and the credit goes to that. So yeah, that was my journey. It is pretty long, but yes.
Thank you, Dr. Sahu, for sharing your journey. It's really helped us to understand the heart behind this important work. So, next question is about your book. So, your book talks about caste, gender, and social justice. Could you please share one or two key themes that you hope the readers will take away?
Sure. So first, I would like to bring into picture why we chose this subject, because as you already mentioned in the beginning, like there are layers of vulnerability when we talk about Dalit women, and it is not homogeneous. And also, when we talk about Dalit women, there is a stereotyped image that has been the narrative has been constructed over a period of time. And another aspect is most of the Dalit literature in and around, whether it is women or any subject around Dalit, it is not narrated by the Dalits. It is by the dominant caste who are narrating our story. So I wanted to break the chain and wanted to be like the theorist of the generation of knowledge, rather than just being like a label or the changing the character of victim. So it is now the dynamic is shifting, and the narrative is shifting, and that's what I wanted to like bring into this book. And in this book there are multiple aspects that we have covered. See, there are absence in all forms of media, whether it is the mainstream movies, if we talk about Bollywood, or any regional movies as well. Along with that, art forms in theaters, in if I say in literature also, so in different forms, in comics. So my chapter, I have also contributed a chapter with my co-editor. We focused on the absence in comics, like in DC and Avenger, if we talk about. So we got one character, and those who will be interested will have to read the book to know about it.
Yeah, thank you for explaining it so clearly. So, as the editor, what challenges do you face while in shaping this book, and what did you learn while bringing forward the voices that are often unheard or overlooked?
So there are 2 points actually I have mentioned, like I have kept in mind when I knew that such question might come. So one is that I didn't want it to frame, like that is what I just shared a few minutes back. Also, I didn't want it to put them into a particular box. It has to be beyond that what has already been narrated. So there are different layers, and it is not about the victimhood only. There are intersectionalities of like class, region, religion, and also the sexual orientation and the choices. So there are different layers, and this in which I have dealt in. I didn't want it to frame them, and also I wanted them to be the theorists of their own liberation. So that was my main purpose behind this. But the challenges was that yes, definitely how I should not labelize and in any particular genre. So because there are so many vast varieties, so that was the major challenge.
Thank you so much for your honesty, and it's powerful to hear that. So, what impact do you think beyond Dalit women will give? Not just the readers, but also the Dalit women themselves. In your view, can this book awaken, inspire, and empower them?
See, to be very, very honest, at this point of time, the targeted reader also is also very limited and handful. And to be honest, another thing that I would like to share is actually when we gave the call for paper, I expected much more contribution from the community only. But sadly, it is mixed. It is not only limited to Dalit women only, those who have contributed. We have the others also who has contributed, and I'm very happy about it because the it is not that they are just narrating our narrative, but also the understanding and sensitization is also necessary. But along with the sensitization, I really wanted more input from the community, which was a little less in number. Whereas another sad truth is the targeted community that we have is only handful of first generation learners from the community who can be able to read this and comprehend this. I wish in the future to turn this into more regional into language vernacular languages, so that it can reach to the large number of community member who can actually go through it. But I really hope that it becomes a mirror and a catalyst as well, mirror for the society and a catalyst as well.
Yes, of course. Thank you for sharing your hopes for how this book can empower and encourage the change. So the final and last question is about what message would you like to give the readers, activists, and policy makers to take away after reading the book Beyond the Lit Women, and how do you hope it motivates them to reflect, act, and make a difference?
Yes, so my primary object is to provoke the reflection, like you said, on the caste privilege that we are holding into. So, when we have any such kind of discussion in a general public space, so we really don't want to touch upon such subject. It is like we just wanted to push it under the carpet. So I really wanted to people wanted people to have some uncomfortable like conversation and go beyond their comfort zone and discuss about what it is to be Dalit, what it is beyond to be Dalit woman, just what not what you imagine. Because even for me, I have been asked on many occasions, you don't look Dalit. So it is not only the torn clothes or curly hair or anything that stereotypes us. So it is much more than that. We are the agency, and that narrative is changing from like the journey of my book. If I say it has started from comics to the theater, the also how even in cinema the shift has come, and OTT platforms and the Instagrams, these have completely changed the pictures. So whether it is the Instagram influencer or it is in the OTT platforms, such movies like if you have ever got the opportunity to see Gilly Pucci, where class and also about the caste and the relationship between two women, how it has been showcased. So these kind of narrative at least coming out now. So that was the attempt for us. Like there is a change, and we need to understand, and we need to talk about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Thank you so much for this and powerful message. It's give us all something to reflect on and, of course, act upon. Thank you again for your time and your insights, your commitment. And to everyone who joined us, thank you for listening and being a part of this important conversation. Let us continue to learn, listen, and work together for a real change. Go and get the book to discover more powerful and interesting insights about Beyond Dalit Women. This was the episode 1 of our podcast series. Stay tuned for episode 2, where we continue to exploring the powerful conversation beyond Dalit women. Thank you so much.
Thank you.